Up guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to be walking you through this fitted asymmetrical dress that I just sketched and designed. This is my own personal design, and here's my side drape zoomed in. Take a look at that. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming tutorials when I post them. So guys, for this asymmetrical fitted dress with side slits, the first thing I'm going to be starting with is the back. So I'm going to be starting my drafting with the back of my dress, and to do that I'm going to get my basic bodice block, or my basic dress block rather. So this is my basic dress block. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is really easy. All I have to do is to just change my shoulders, drawing my neckline and shaping the hem of my pattern. So now the first thing I'll do is to measure how long I want my dress to be, and since it's a full length, so from here to down here is just perfect for me. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to come right to the hem right here. I'm going to go in by 2.5 inches. So yeah, this is it. So I'm going to reconnect this back to my hip level here. So yeah, that's that for the hem. So now at the shoulder here, I'm going to go in by 2 inches from the shoulder here, highest point of my shoulder here. I'll go in by 2 inches. So I need to figure out how low I want my V neckline to be. So here I'm going to, this part here is just perfect for me, so I'm going to draw a line from here to here. So yeah, this is it. This completes everything I have to do to the back. So all I have to do now is to just add a 1/4 inch allowance to the neckline, 1/2 inch to the shoulder, 1/2 inch right here, 1 inch to the side, and at the hem of my dress here I'm going to add 1 inch, and that's basically it. Now before cutting this out, to make sure this doesn't gape, because your neckline is already wide, you can see that my back neckline is wide, so I'm just going to hold like a little bit of that right here, maybe like a 1/2 inch that. So I'll just hold it around the neckline here before I cut it out, before I add my allowances and cut it out. So I hope you got the drift. So now let's head straight to drafting the front of our dress. So now to draft the front, you're going to need your full complete basic dress pattern, unlike the half pattern we used before. And the reason why we are using the full complete pattern is because the front of our dress is asymmetric. So yeah, this is my basic full front dress block. So now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to draw in the shape of my neckline like I did for the front, like I did for the back rather, and then I'm also going to shape in my hemline and also decide my dress length. So my dress length is going to be the same dress length as the one for the back. So I'm just going to do all of that now, then we'll move on to the next bit. So yeah, this is the hemline shaping up. So all I did was go in by 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches here also like I did for the back, and then I reconnected it back to my hip level right here. And then for the neckline, you from the highest point of your shoulder, you go in by 2 inches like I did for the back, and also do the same also here. Now for the neck depth, because I don't want it as low as what I have for the back, I'm going to come at my armpole level right here. I'm going to go up by 1 inch. So now I'm just going to connect from here and draw in my V neckline this way. So yeah, that's that. Let's proceed. So if you look at my dress, you see that there's a kind of side slit around here, and to get that, just come to the hem right here. The hem, this is my new side. So I want the slit to be at this side, so this part will be fully covered and the slit will be here. So right here I went in by 3 inches. From my side I went in by 3 inches. So this is it right here. Then you measure how high you want your slit to be. So for me, I just measured from my shoulders, I just measured 34 inches. So anywhere that 34 inches stopped, that was where I decided to have the highest part of my sleeve. So I'm just going to measure that here. So yeah, this is it. This is the highest part of my sleeve. I said sleeve, slit rather. So if you feel like this part is not high enough for you, you can easily go up more. You can raise it higher. It all depends on you and what you want, or how much skin you want to show. So now I'm just going to use my French curve to draw a smooth curve from here. So I'll connect these points right here. So now moving on again, if you look at my dress, there's a kind of asymmetrical drape thing going on around here. So now I'm just going to draw in the shape of that drape, of the piece, the drape piece right here. So all I have to do is to decide where I want my where I want the piece to stop, and for me my hip level here is just enough. So I'm just going to draw a curve this way and then connecting it this way. So that's that. So yeah, this is it. So let me just label it. So this part, let's label this part A and this entire part B. So A starts from here this way, this way, this way, and then it comes right here. And then B starts from here this way, it goes here, then it comes down, comes this way, then goes up, and pretty much really back to the top. So yeah, that's that. So I'm just going to cut this out now so that you can see the two different pieces, and then we can now work more on the drape of the A piece here.
If you struggle with measuring bigger body sizes, I created this plus size measurement cheat sheet just for you, which will help you measure and make clothes that fit and flatter bigger body sizes. Tap the link in the description box to get instant access to this.
So yeah, this is it cut out. So really we don't need to do much to this B, or the only thing you need to do is to remember to hold a bit here, just like we did for the back neckline. So just so that your back neckline doesn't gape, so you just hold like a bit of that here before you cut on your fabric. So you do that, and then you do this also for this part also. And then in the matter of allowances, you add a 1/4 inch allowance to the neckline, 1/2 inch to this part to join these two together later, and then 1 inch to the side here, 1 inch to the hem. At the slit part here, you add the 1/2 inch allowance here, and then here you add the 1 inch allowance, 1/2 inch for the armhole and 1/2 inch for the shoulders. So that's that pretty much. So I'm just going to keep this aside now, and then we'll work on the A part of our pattern. Yeah, so for the B I said B part. So now for the A part, the first thing I'm going to do is to cut this open at the waistline right here. So now at this upper part, I'm going to draw a line that will touch my bust point right here. So yeah, and then on this one also I'm going to draw a line that will touch my that point right here. That point right here, I'm going to draw a line like that. So now I'm going to cut one of my dart legs here open so that I can transfer my dart space here, so I can transfer it into this line right here. And then I'm also going to do the same thing also for this. I'll cut one of my dart legs open so I can transfer my dart from here into this line here. So yeah, I already cut it open, and then I already cut a bit of this line also open. So I'm going to close this dart here, and then I'm going to secure it with a paper tip. But first let me pin this down. Then here also I'll close this dart here, and then I'll also secure. So yeah, that's that. So I'm just going to tape this down with a paper tip now. So yeah, that secured with my paper tape. So now I'm going to join the two pieces. I'm going to join them back at the waistline right here. So just make sure this part here aligns with this, and this part here aligns with this. So you can place a piece of paper underneath it to cover for the space you're going to have. So now I'm just going to tape this down with my paper tape. So yeah, that's that taped down at the middle. So now I'm just going to draw in slash lines into the slash lines I'm going to be using to create my drape. So I'm going to draw in slash lines on this all the way till I get to the top. So yeah, these are my slash lines already. So ignore this, that was just a mistake. That's why I just did a zigzag kind of thing right here. So now I'm going to cut my slash lines open, but before I cut it open, I'm just going to pick up my D parts here, and I'm just going to mark some spots around here so that when I'm sewing it's going to be easy for me to just match them. So yeah, this is it. So when I'm going to cut this on my fabric, I'm going to notch these two parts, and then I'll probably notch also this part. You can create more even before you open this part up. You can just create some lines so that it's easy for you to match them up when you're sewing, so that everything just aligns. That is your A and B part aligned. So yeah, that's that. So let's just keep the B part aside now, and then I'm going to now slash open all of my lines. So I'm going to slash this opened up one, this one that's already opened, I'm going to slash it more. So I'll slash this one also more. Then I'm going to slash the rest of all of my lines. So I'm just going to slash the rest now. So this is it slashed and spread out. So you can spread out by how much you want, depending on how fully draped you want it. So but this is just okay for me. You can spread out by all of the slash lines. You can spread it by 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inches. It all depends on you. Then you connect everything this way. So now please note that you need to mark where your neckline stops. So this is, I already did that before slashing it. So before slashing these lines, mark where your neckline stops. So before slashing the line, slash, I said slash, just mark where your neckline is going to start from all the way to the top to avoid stories that touch the heart. So just mark that. So when you're cutting on your fabric, you can then notch it on your fabric. So yeah, and this is what my piece, my A piece, is going to look like cut out. So yeah, that's that. So remember I mentioned that you should mark this part where your neckline is going to start, so that it's easy for you to locate that when you're sewing. So you notch this on your fabric when you're cutting. So now in the matter of allowances, you're just going to add the 1/2 inch allowance all the way around here. Here also you have the 1/2 inch allowance. Then where your neckline starts here, all you need is a 1/4 inch allowance. And then this is my shoulder here, 1/2 inch allowance for the shoulder. This is my armhole here, 1/2 inch for the armhole. And this is my side here, 1 inch for the side. So yeah, that's that. So this is what your pattern is going to look like. So before we attach this to the B part, we first gather everything here. You gather everything here. So once you are done gathering it, then you now attach it. So you attach it this way. You first start from here and you begin to sew this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, till you get to your neckline here. So the neckline here will match. So but because we already spread out also the neckline, you have to gather also the neckline here, so that this part here, this neckline here, and this part here, they are the same length. So yeah, I hope you got the drift of what I just explained. So yeah, that's that for the front part of our dress. So for the sleeve, just get your basic sleeve block, and this is mine. So the sleeve is a long sleeve, so from here to here is a long sleeve of my sleeve. So then you just attach, you just I said attach, you just add the 1/2 inch allowance to the sleeve curve, 1 inch to the side, 1 inch here, and then 1/2 inch to the hem. And really this is what the sleeve is going to look like. So yeah, this is my sleeve right here, cut out. So yeah, for the width of the sleeve, that is the gathered part, just measure what you have from here to here. Whatever you get, multiply that by 3. So when you multiply it by 3, this is what you're going to get. So this is the full width for the gathered piece. So yeah, you make sure you cut it on fold. So this is it. So you measure the length. The length I used for mine is 6 inches. That is from here to here. From here to here is 6 inches. So that's that. So yeah, that's that for the sleeve. So you cut it on fold like I mentioned, and this is it on fold. So when you are sewing, we gather this piece here, we gather it and we attach it to the hem of our sleeve. So yeah, that's that. So let's move straight to sewing. So look at this. This is what it's going to look like on my fabric. You can see that I already gathered this. So this is the neckline part of my piece, of my symmetric piece, my drape piece, and this is the rest of the gathered part, and this is the hem line right here. So you can see the curve. So yeah, that's that. So look at this. This is the second part here. So all I have to do is just attach this to this from here. I'm going to start from this part here, from the lower part here, and then I'll attach. You place it right sides together, by the way. So I hope you know that you have to place it right sides together. So you place it right sides together, and then you begin to attach. So you place it right sides together like this, and then you begin to attach all the way round so you get to your neckline right here. So yeah, this is it. I hope you got the drift of what I just explained. So you can see that I cut this on a separate design fabric just to give that detail I want, and then this one on a type of another pattern. You know, they have like two different colors, so although it's still the same Ankara, but I just cut it on the different parts of the Ankara just to highlight the drape here. So yeah, this is my neckline right here. You can see it's also gathered, and it's the same length with this. So yeah, you cut the lining also the same way. So this is the lining piece of my front, and you can see I already attached it. So this is it attached. This is the wrong side. I already stitched the darts here on this side of the dress. So yeah, this is my neckline here, still gathered up. So now all I have to do, once I'm done joining the one for the front, once I have it like this, then I'll place my lining and my fabric together, and then I'll just use that to turn my neckline and all of the other bits. So I'm just going to do all of that now. And this is the back of my dress. I already turned the neckline and all of that. So it's just basically how you normally sew a dress. So I already fixed my zipper also to the back of my dress. So yeah, that's that for the back. So I'm just going to keep this aside while I sew the front. So this is the right side of my back. So yeah, this is what my dress is going to look like. You can see that already I used my lining to turn the neckline, and the neckline is now smooth. So now if you look at the dress, you see that I only have one sleeve on my dress. So this part of the dress is going to be a sleeveless part, and this part is going to be where I'll be attaching my sleeve. But before I attach the sleeve to this part, I have to like turn the armhole of this part so that it's neat and all. So yeah, to do that, I'm going to place the two together. I can see that I already joined the shoulders also. That is the front and back shoulder. At the front and back, I already joined it at the shoulder. So I'm going to place the two shoulder lines. I'll place it together like this. So I placed the two shoulders together, you can see now. So now I'm going to pick up the lining piece, this lining piece on top. I'm going to turn it while still holding the shoulder bits here to make sure the both are aligned. Then you pick up this lining piece, you pick it up, and then you turn it inside. So yeah, now that we've turned that lining piece inside, we are going to have this one at the top. So I'm going to pick this one that we have at the top, and the lining that I just turned inside, this is it here. I'll pick it from underneath here, then I'll pick the two together. This Ankara and the lining, I'll pick it together, and then the remaining bits inside, I'll push it inside. Then I'll make sure these two touch each other. So yeah, you can just use a pin to hold this here. So yeah, it's already pinned down. So this is what you are going to have. So you begin to sew this, you push the rest bits, these two inside, you push it inside, then you begin to sew this and the lining here, these two, you sew it all the way, round. Make sure it aligns with each other. So you sew all the way around, and then you pick up this also, the upper part here and this here, you push the rest inside. So you do the same also here. So you sew here also all the way round to the end here. So yeah, that's that. So once you are done sewing it, then you can just pull the one that we pushed inside, you have to pull it out. So I'm just going to stitch this now round, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So this is it sewn down, you can see here. Now all I have to do is to now pull the one that we were pushing inside earlier. So I have to pull it out. So now look at it. Now that I've pulled it out, this is what is going to come out looking like. So yeah, this part is already now finished, and this part is still there like this. So now I just have to attach my sleeve to this part of my dress, to my armhole here, and this one is already turned inside, you can see it. So yeah, I'm just going to do all of that now, attach my sleeve and join this at the side. So, and that will be all for this dress, and this completes the dress, guys. This is the drape side, this is the normal fitted side, and this is the sleeveless part and this is the part with the sleeve, and this is my sleeve attached. So I just use that long width of fabric to gather the hem. So yeah, this is the sleeve right here. So I just gathered it and attached it back here. So pretty much, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys, by tapping the subscribe button below your screen. Tap the like button, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.